Hi, I'm Jeff Ludy, the window expert. Thank you for watching this video. So you decided to build a new house. That's why you're here watching this video. Maybe this is your forever house. Maybe it's a 10-year plan. Maybe it's a flip house you're working on. But you decided you need to learn more about new construction windows, and that's what this video is about. I'm going to tell you the top 10 things that come to mind when you're selecting windows for a new construction house. The number one is, what is your relationship like with your builder? That's going to make all the difference, right? If you have a general contractor that you hired to build this job, there's a couple of ways you and this contractor may have entered into an agreement. One could be what we call a cost plus basis, meaning whatever the project cost, this contractor is going to add a markup to that. And what's nice about that is you can choose whatever window brand you want, you can choose whatever roofing you want, you can choose whatever faucets you want. And if the price goes up, it doesn't matter because the contractor is going to get his percentage on top of what it cost. The other option is where you put out your plans for bid and the contractor says, I'm going to build your house for $1 million. And now the contractor wants to keep the cost down because if he pays $800,000 to build the house he's going to charge you $1 million for, he makes $200,000. If he lets you spend $900,000 and he's going to charge you $1 million, he's making $100,000. So you can see the incentive for keeping the cost low. So before you decide where do I want to go with buying my windows, you need to understand what's my relationship like with my contractor and what is my agreement. Because here's what I've seen. I've seen people who had a deal with a contractor for a firm bid, and now they said, you know what, I want to be involved in selecting the windows. Well, now they pick a $30,000 window package, and the contractor says, oh, I only allocated $10,000 for windows. Now they got to come up with $20,000 out of their pocket. So that's number one. Consider that. Number two, don't underspend on windows. I think one of the biggest mistakes I see is people leave the window purchase decision up to the contractor. He's going to go with the windows he's familiar with. He's going to go with the ones he used on the last 10 projects. May not be exactly what you need, but it's going to usually be cost effective. And the problem with windows is once they're in the house, it's a big deal to replace those windows in 5, 8, 10, 12 years. What you want to do is spend the right amount of money, don't overspend, but spend the right amount of money to get the right product for your home that's going to last a long time. Instead of putting all that extra money into your countertops and your fancy faucets and your beautiful chandeliers, which can be replaced much easier down the road, make sure you're spending enough money on your windows. You're going to thank me for that advice. Number three, you need to discuss who's going to install the windows. Now you say, well, doesn't the builder decide that? Yes, he does. And you want to talk to your builder about that. Because framers are framers, window installers are window installers. I think it's important that if you're going to spend money on a high quality window, that you have a high quality installation. It's probably even more important than what quality window you buy is who's putting that window in. So talk to your builder about that. My advice would be whoever is selling you the window, see if they offer the services to install that window. Because what I like about that is if you have an issue 10 years down the road and it's an installation issue, you can actually go back to the people who sold you the windows and insist on them remedying the solution to your problem. So think about that. Okay, then the number 4 thing is you need to learn how to flash your windows properly. I've seen even installers who are good at installing sometimes don't flash windows the way we flash windows here at our company. I own Houston Window Experts in Houston, Texas, and we have over a dozen brands of windows and doors, and I can tell you different manufacturers have different ways of installing windows, but flashing is going to be up to the person who's doing the actual installation. And I know that there's a right way and there's a better way and then there's a great way to install and flash windows. We made a video about that with our Chief Production Officer, Jeremy Devereaux. I'm going to put a link down there, one up here so you can check it out. By the way, that reminds me, I should tell you that if you're in the Houston area, come by and take a look at our showroom. We have over a dozen brands of windows and doors to choose from. We have something for about every home, every style, and every budget. And if you don't live in this area, check out my website, thewindowexperts.com. I have a list there of great window companies all over the country. Maybe I know somebody near you that can help you with your project. Number 5, once your windows are in, protect the windows. I see so many people that buy windows, they install them, they call back and say, we broke a window, we scratched the window. Like for example, sometimes people who are putting up stucco, right, they're troweling it, they don't protect the window well. Some of that stucco ends up falling onto the glass, and now it's dried onto that glass. You know what they do? They go get a razor blade, or they get a spatula, or they get a scraper of some kind. They start scraping your window to get that off of there. That's going to be damaging. That's going to be something you are going to have a lot of expense to try to fix. once you move into the house. So protect the windows. Cover them well with plastic. Cover them with protective film. Do something to protect the threshold on your door so people aren't coming in and out with wheelbarrows, banging up on your door threshold, and now your door won't close properly. Now your door is full of cement. Your track's full of cement and it won't operate properly. Protect your windows. That's real important. The number 6 thing I want to talk to you about is don't overdo the low E coatings. I see so many people put so much low E on their windows to try to be extra energy efficient. And yes, there is a balance. You've got to strike a balance between efficiency and looks. But when you get too much low E, it really darkens a house. It really makes the windows look very green or very blue. And I find a lot of people, once they get into their home, they're like, I did not realize this is what I was getting. Be proactive, find a pro, have someone help you find the right amount of low E for your project. I've got a video, I'm going to put a link up here and down there about low E coatings to help you understand that a little better. Number 7, decide whether you want double pane or triple pane windows. My advice, just rule of thumb, is if you're down in a moderate climate, a mild climate like Texas, or maybe even as far north as, say, Kansas, where you don't get a lot of cold, a lot of snow, double pane windows will actually perform better. They have a better seal failure rating than triple pane, but triple pane does really great when you have very, very cold climate, very cold conditions. So discuss that with your local professional to determine if you want double pane or triple pane. Don't just go for triple pane because somebody said it's better. Find out what's best for you and select the right number of panes. Number 8 is tax credit. Yes, there is a tax credit available for buying high efficiency windows. You can go to EnergyStar.gov, find out more details there, or you can check out my video I made about the energy tax credit explained for you. Number 9, design considerations. This is probably what I see people make the biggest mistake is they're not looking for help to determine what's the best design. Your windows shouldn't just work well. They shouldn't just, be functional. They should be beautiful. Get some help with the amount of grids you put on a window. Do you want too many grids? It looks too busy. No grids, maybe it looks too plain, right? Do you want a 5/8 inch grid? Do you want a 7/8 inch grid? Think about it. Do you want a casement window that swings out? Do you want a window that goes up and down? Do you want a double hung window that both go up and down? There's a lot of things to consider. One of the things I see people all the time that I talk to them because they bring their plans in here and we lay them out on the table and we discuss the plans is we realize that there's no window in the closet. I love having a window in the closet. Why? It's so much easier to pick out clothes when you have natural light. Sometimes you have a closet with just like incandescent lighting. You're like, is that navy or is that black? I can't tell. With direct sunlight come through your windows, it's so much easier. Plus it kind of makes a smaller room feel bigger. Get one of those little windows that goes way up high above all of your clothes. Let some light into the room. Get some advice. Talk to a pro. Talk to someone who helps design windows for a living, and it's going to help you make better decisions. Okay, and then number 10, this is the last one. Be practical. Be practical. I'd rather have fewer windows that are higher quality windows than have a whole bunch of cheap windows in my house. Think about that. I'd rather have a smaller door that doesn't leak air, that's really well built, with some windows next to it, than have a 30-foot sliding door that's not water resistant, that I can't open anyway because I live in Houston and it's so hot and the mosquitoes are the size of a hummingbird around here, right? So think practical. Sure, get beautiful. Sure, get gorgeous. Get big if you want to, but be practical. You'll thank me for that. Hey, by the way, if you live in Houston, come take a tour. I have over a dozen brands of windows and doors to choose from. And if you don't live in this area, check out thewindowexperts.com. I can point you in the right direction to a great window company near you. Has this been helpful? I hope so. I look forward to hearing about how this video helped you make a better decision on your new construction window project. If I helped you at all, would you mind giving us a thumbs up? Maybe share it with a friend, share it with your spouse. And don't forget to subscribe for great content every week. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll talk to you again real soon.